Hello, and welcome to the Diet Proof Life live episodes. I'm going live on Facebook and on YouTube to start talking all about weight loss without dieting and my program, the Diet Proof Life, so you can get an idea of what it is that I do and what I teach my clients. My name is Brenna Haddock, and I am a certified wellness coach and mom and a recovered dieting disaster who I have been able to lose and maintain a significant amount of weight. I don't weigh myself. We'll talk about that in another day, but by quitting diets after 20 years. So where I would like to start today, and I'll try to keep these short and sweet. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them, and I'll answer them. It might just add a minute, but I'd be happy to do that, or I can address them in a future episode. But this episode is all about intuitive eating and binge eating disorder, B.E.D, explained and kind of unravel for you. If you have questions about that, you may be concerned that you have that, as I was at one time, thinking I was a compulsive overeater. Thinking I needed to go to Overeaters Anonymous, or that I had a binge eating disorder because my eating was so out of control. So I really highly recommend the book Intuitive Eating. Oh, it's all backwards. But it's Intuitive Eating, looks like this. It's by Evelyn Treble and Elise Reich. I don't know how you say that, actually. Anyway, I've read it multiple times. It is fantastic. It is a great starting point if you feel like you are really wanting to change your relationship with food and heal your relationship with food. If you feel that your relationship with food has become completely out of control and maybe quite painful for you, and if it's really taking over your life. Let me talk to you a little bit about the benefits of intuitive eating. What really happens is you begin to gain a sense of peace and calm around food again. The idea is that all foods are accessible to you at any time. Start to learn to listen to your body a little bit more, what it's trying to tell you. Start to tune into your hunger and fullness signals a little bit, but mostly we're just in a point of healing our relationship with food through intuitive eating and finding some peace. Kind of a close cousin to intuitive eating is the movement of healthy at any size and body acceptance. And there's definitely an element of that comes with intuitive eating. Intuitive eating definitely talks about putting weight loss and our desires to change the way that our body looks on the back burner. And I do think that there's a place for that in that initial healing stage with intuitive eating, to just say, you know what, right now I just have to get this relationship with food calmed down. And what I will say, the hugest benefit that I found the first time that I read intuitive eating in 2012 was that my binges stopped almost immediately. And I was having out of control binges that truly had me questioning my sanity. Binge eating ends when you start to feel full access with food and you don't feel like you are gasping for food and having to get all you can while you can before the restriction begins again. We'll talk more about those kinds of things in future episodes, but what I want to say is binge eating disorder is really just a result of dieting. It doesn't actually exist as a condition in your brain, okay? Where binge eating disorder originated was that there is a set of symptoms that were being seen all together in multiple patients. And so doctors and therapists and whatever, they needed a box to check on their insurance forms, okay? They needed something to say, here's what we talked about, okay? And so all these women coming in, some men, who are struggling with these horrible symptoms that are a result of restrictive dieting, of just this obsession with food and this inability to stop eating food and this powerful, just this overwhelming drive toward food all of the time. They clumped all those kind of similar symptoms together, and for insurance purposes, called it binge eating disorder. So they could check a box on the insurance form about what it was that they saw their patient for, okay? It's not an actual scientific thing. It's just the results, the very normal results of dieting, okay? So I just want you to consider that. Intuitive eating, when really processed and accepted and allowed to just move into your life and permeate your relationship with food, will end binging faster than anything, any drug, any other treatment that I've ever seen. binges can end, because all they are is a direct result of restricting with food, which comes from extreme dieting. So, or any dieting really for me now. Anytime I think about restricting, I'm immediately in the pantry. So there's so many studies that I'm not going to go into, but I just want to say that the hugest benefit you can find from intuitive eating, I think, is to find some peace with food and end binging. And that if you feel like you might have some sort of severe disorder, or maybe you've been diagnosed with B.E.D by a medical professional or a therapist or something, I want you to know that there is hope. That is not a life sentence. All it is a set of symptoms that have resulted from you restricting food through dieting. So we're going to talk more. I'm going to try to hop on here live a couple times a week. So hopefully be here, back here to talk with you again on Thursday. And we'll talk some more about where you go from there once you feel like you've gotten through the intuitive eating and feel like you're kind of on your way with that. So we will talk about that soon. Have a great night. See ya. Bye.